Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. Elise is a young lady who I met years ago when she was very little down in Myrtle Beach. And she has a YouTube channel as well. Can you hear me now? Yeah, I realized I forgot to put my microphone. I forgot to turn it on. Hey, Mike. So, Elise, type in your YouTube channel so people can see what the name of it is. And I guarantee you a lot of people on this chat will come and subscribe because they're all good people. Oh, all right. There it is. Elise's Wonderland 700. Duh. I don't know much about YouTube, obviously. Okay. We're going to get started. I'm going to try to make a bowl. So the thing about this wood, I have two wood blanks here. I'm not going to do both in one day, that's for sure. But this was one of my neighbors had access to a tree from the yard her husband had grown up, the house her husband had grown up in. And so anyway, she had access when they were cutting the tree down to grab some wood for me. And I told her, yeah, she brought them to me and she wanted me to make bowls for her and her daughter because her husband used to climb in this tree when he was little. So it's kind of cool to be making something that has more of a memory. It's fun. So, all right, let's get started. Now that you know that story, my bangs are getting too long. Now they're in my eyes. All right. So let's switch which camera. I think I have some good camera settings today. You'll have to let me know because now I have the thing right there. I got the top, and then you have my tool. We'll see. I'm gonna have to move that one, the tailstock one, in a little bit because then I'll be going to work on the bottom. All right. This is gonna be tough in the beginning. Good views, right, Amy? Yeah. When I go to do the bottom, I'm gonna have to move that one because ow, I'll be blocking it with my body. I was just editing a video this morning of the one driftwood thing that I had done. Oh, that really hurt. And it went flying off the lathe so many times. And then I would come down here and I'm like, please, God, don't let this one fly off the lathe. So my neighbor had given me this wood. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that, Amy. I hope you feel better. Hopefully it's not the heat, because that's going to be here for a while, I think. Hey, Beard. And now, from this angle, you can also see the ghost. Do you see how on the outer edge it's like see-through? That means I have to get it. You'll see as I get it cut down that that see-through part goes away. It means I'm closer to having a perfect circle. Oh. Elise, how old are you? She's very precocious. I love her. Hey, Billy. I've been working on so many pendants and pens and small things. This seems a little scary. Haven't done anything this big in a while. Okay, yes, Elise is very precocious, guys. You gotta check out her channel. And Elise, there's people on here from all over the world. Mike Wilson is from Scotland. We got a lot of people here from United States. Amy's in Oklahoma. Not positive where everybody else is. She is a young creator. Yeah. I got to hang out with her at the pool last week. All right, let's see how much progress we're making. Getting there. Gotta keep going. Almost round to the point where I can turn up the speed a bit. Because I'm only at about 700 RPM. Hi, Donna. How are you? just want to get past these sharp edges here. Let's switch. I'm going to sharpen that in a minute. But let's stay sharp here with the new chisel. No sense fighting it. So we're just going to do a nice big bowl, but I did take out what's frustrating, Donna? I did take out my Dremel. Maybe do some shaping on the outside of the bowl. And this bowl is, I weighed it, it's 15 pounds. So I definitely have a tailstock, or what do you call it? Oh, Lord. My words are not happening. Thank you, Donna. Gosh, I can't think of a word. Thank you, Donna. What are you frustrated with, though? This wood is a lot drier than I thought it would be. It's not even a year since it was cut, so I really thought it would be like cutting green. Silly me. Why would it be easy? Well, this is a good place to relax and chill, Donna. People here are wonderful. There's still a little bit of a ridge here. Boy, this is really not the most fun wood. And I don't have any options because it's got to be wood from their tree. A little bit too much at the bottom here. Thank you, Elise. I actually thought this was going to be such green wood that I actually was just going to make a calabash bowl because I figured it was going to still keep changing shape. But it feels very dry. Also feels like oak. To be honest with you, it does not feel like cherry, which I think it was supposed to be cherry. But it must have been a big old oak tree. That makes more sense. So this is a surprise for my neighbor. Thank you, Amy. So his wife gave me this wood, and his daughter happened to move into the house he had grown up in. And so I'm making one bowl for the guy who grew up in the house and one bowl for his daughter that moved into the house. And his wife snuck the wood away. So should be a fun surprise. I would have liked to get it done for them for Christmas last year, but it was just too green. Would have cracked all over the place. All right, let's give this a little sharpen. This is really dry. You see all those cracks? Those are going to have to get filled in with glue. Let's do that while I'm going to sharpen. We'll let that dry. Whoop, way too much. So what you do, you put the glue in these cracks. It didn't have too much. All right, so now a little bit more here, just because this is really funky. Even though this is going to get turned away, doesn't matter, I guess. All right, so now that that's all covered with the glue, what I can do is take the sawdust from what I just turned, which is also all over the floor. And now instead of it being filled with glue, it's a mixture of glue and sawdust. The other way to do that is to go over it with sandpaper. And if the glue is on there and you go over it with the sandpaper just creates the sawdust that then fills in the holes. But it also adds more stability. So we're going to let that dry while I go sharpen. Push it in there so that it's filling the whole crack. All right, now you may be able to see me sharpen. Not sure. So this jig, can you see? I don't know if you can see. Won't take me long, I promise. For this section of it, I need a very large chisel. So I only have two really large ones. Actually, I have a big giant one, and I went to get it ready and realized it had a crack in the handle. So that's the end of that one. Hey, Johnny. Hey, Mike. Mike, you got my message, huh? Okay. Should be good. All right, I'm back. All right, let's go in the wrong direction now. We're going to go to the end here. So I'm just going to do a quick cut to get my base. Oh, wow. That was not good. Told you, this is really punky. Hey, Rosie. All right, so now if you look, you're no longer seeing that, remember that see-through part? You're not, oh, geez, I got to pay attention to what I'm doing. You're no longer seeing that part where it was the shadow. So let's go to the bottom here. Got to take this down a lot more. Mike, I worry that it's going to jump back at me too. About a month ago, I was working on something and it kept bouncing so bad that we were out to dinner and my husband kept checking to make sure that I didn't have bruises on my jaw. He didn't want anyone thinking. Oh, good. Nothing hit me. I'm going to get all this soft bark off the bottom because this can't be the bottom. It's too soft. That's good too. You see how soft this is? It's too soft for the chuck. So what this is, and I know there's a name for it, and I'm just being blonde, I can't think of the name. You have the bark on the outer edge, and then you have this soft, it's almost like me with my layer of fat underneath the skin before the muscle. That's how I'm going to describe it. So um, it's very soft. So it's too soft. If I put the chuck around it for the chuck to hold it steady, it'll just crush it. So I got to get rid of all that soft stuff. Although it is fun to turn because boy, does it cut like butter. Might have the majority of it up. Yeah, so now I'm down to wood here. I gotta clean this outer edge up a little bit because this is still. I might paint. Um, I do have my Dremel out to make dots all over it, so I might make bubbles. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I have to wait and see what it looks like. If it's very plain, now when you're doing the bottom like this, you want to make sure you go slightly concave because you do not want a weeble. You don't want the center to be rounded, otherwise the bowl will never sit. All right, I think I would like to leave some of this marbling I'd like to leave, instead of doing any kind of carving or painting, just leave this, as long as this is going to be strong enough to hold it. So let's just see how big this has to be. Oh, I have plenty of room. Okay, okay. I'm going to try to the outer one first. This my square. All right, so let's see if this is the right size to sit in the truck. Yeah, so, okay, cool. Pretty much the right size. Am I blocking? I'm completely blocking. Okay. Move this to this side. Sorry. You're seeing the back wall. I'm going to wait until that settles for a minute. That did not work. There's a 5-second delay here on the thing. So when I set up the camera, then I've got to wait a few seconds to see. Yeah, this is going to be pretty with that detail in there, right? If I can keep that detail, I kind of like that. I actually really like that. Okay, let's see if we go down slightly. Sorry, I'm just waiting for this to line up and the thing to catch up. Let me get a second. Okay. Okay, that did not work. Trying to get you the right angle so that you can see what I'm working on. That looks better. Okay, yay. All right. So let's take this tailstock away. Let me smooth out my tailstock. Oh, that's not right. It's too fine. Oh, yeah. No bear sightings. Haven't seen anything. But Bentley would not go for a walk today, so I don't know what that means. Could be that he's just a spoiled brat and thought it was too hot. I'm going pretty slow right now because I don't have the tailstock in. Only going around 700 RPM right now. And take a lifetime, so let's just speed this up. I know. I was looking at that guy being flipped with the. I can't believe he was alive, to be honest with you. Gosh, this is ridiculous. I mean, it's one thing to go slow, but it's another thing to be standing still here. When I first saw that video, I was like, well, when I went to Yellowstone, they were like, people don't realize how dangerous they are and they walk too close and everything. And then when I realized they were in a campground, I mean, they weren't doing anything wrong. They weren't being like the idiots that are out in the field during rutting season and being like, oh, look how close I am, you moron. But these people were not doing anything wrong. They were in a campground. Let's see. Now, best way to check to see if this is too concave or not, do this. And you see, there's a hair gap between the outer edges and the tool rest. So that means this would not see flush on the table. So I have to take that center down more. All right, let's just see. I think we're good. Okay, perfect. All right, let's put a little design. Just gonna put put my logo in the middle. So let me change this out so that it's not a sharp thing. I'll put that back on after I sand. I think it's gonna be pretty, right? I actually was a little hesitant for a while there. I was like, oh man, this may have way too many cracks. It may not work. But I think it's gonna be pretty. I'm gonna sand off the very bottom here. Now, now it's all smooth. Nice, nice, nice. All right, and I want to check. Okay, I'm good. Good, 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 good. All right, let's move to the side then. Now, I really don't want to, I think that I'm going to make this a weird shape. I think it's going to be, bye, Mike. I think it's going to be like kind of curved, a weird shape. It's going to be kind of curved over and then straight up. Not something that's probably technically correct, but I really want to leave these patterns. I don't want to, if I round this off completely, I'm going to lose all of this, these two things. And I really don't want to do that. So I'm going to make it an odd shape. All right. Oh, I just had an idea. Okay. All right. Well, I got to get it. That's cool, right? Yeah, I like it. I like it. I got to put a little bit more glue and wood filler in there. Let's get this part round. I have an idea of doing. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe it's too much. Kind of want the wood grain. I was going to do another design element up here, but like a little bead, which I might still do. But kind of want the wood to speak for itself. All right, I'm gonna fix that. All right, now before I turn it around, I'm gonna have to do the glue again. Thank you, Elise. This is fog, so I'm not gonna bother with this. And this is just wood glue. This is nothing special. Liquid nails, whatever you want to call it. But these cracks will, if I don't fill these in like this, these cracks will just keep expanding. But this will kind of glue it back together and there's not as much strain on the wood to crack. This side is not cracking badly at all. I love liquid nails. It is a lifesaver at times, right? That and duct tape. What more do you need in life? Now, technically, since I got that bottom sanded, I can leave this to be sanded after. And that's a really big groove. So, not sure. Not sure, not sure, not sure. Let's do a little bit on here just to make sure it's nice and strong. Yeah. Liquid nails makes you feel like Tim the Tool Man. Let's just see. Huh? Mm. A very thin bead. Okay. I might take it back off later. I'll wait and see. Just gonna put a little bit more on. Obviously, this will all go away. You won't see it at all. But this will give me a little bit more stability when I'm doing the inside. We're just going to put this everywhere and I'll sand it off later. A lot of people use CA glue to strengthen everything, but I really think that the liquid nails works just as well. I'm going a little overboard here. Just that this is not fireplace option. You know, some of the stuff that we're working on, if it doesn't come out right, it makes good firewood. This is, the tree's gone. This is the only pieces from the tree. And so I have got to make sure that I get two really nice bowls out of these pieces. So I'm being a little paranoid here. But okay, now I'm getting ridiculous. So let's just put this away and stop playing. All right, I'm going to sand this down a little bit with 80 grit, just so that I'm sure it's going to hold in the chuck. All right, the rest can wait. Nope, can't. Okay, time to turn the baby around. Look at that crack. Boy, oh boy, what a pain in the neck. Sorry, everybody. Didn't need to like zone out there. But this is not going to be turned away anymore. So I'm kind of safe to just put a coating of this sawdust on top. I need to stabilize the crack though, because otherwise it can continue cracking and end up with a giant crack right down the side of the bowl. We don't want that. If it was a nice looking crack, I would fill it in with turquoise or something, but it's just one random crack. Okay, that's going to be fine. Let's turn this baby around. And now I have to get it off the faceplate. Ah, where did Glenn put my big wrench? Okay. You guys are going to see me do something that I should not be doing, but my husband took my big wrench. And this kind of sticks. So as you see, it no longer weighs 15 pounds, that's for sure. And if I actually measured correctly, this should fit perfectly. All right. Now, what I'm going to do, no, I'm not. Never mind. Now, I want to make this, that's too much. So this is drilling a guide hole. So it tells me how deep I should go. Let me see. Oh, I can do that. Okay. Okay, well, I'm going to go just less than this, because this is a little aggressive. So when I get to the bottom, where I no longer see this cut anymore, then I know that I've gone deep enough and I got to start being careful. It is a nice piece of wood, isn't it? I'm excited because it means something to somebody, so it's kind of even more fun. All right, I'm not going to go any further than that because I'm a little paranoid. Let's go with a little bit bigger. All right, that should be good because this way now I can use this as my start. And I keep trying to use regular chisels and I keep going back to carbide. It's so much more comfortable with it. Hey, Gav. Okay, let's put this in slightly more. I went the wrong way. Went the wrong way. What the heck? I keep going the wrong way. Oh, that's because the camera's not tight. Ah, Okay, hold on. Sorry, people. Ah, and away we go. Trying to get you a good angle. Sorry, sorry, sorry. All right, I'm gonna go for the chisel again. I'm not very good at it. It's dull already. Thank you, Gab. I really do not feel comfortable with, obviously I learned on a guide, but I just get so spastic with it. It does take away way more material than a carbide does, so I should use it. I think that I need to sharpen real quick. Sorry. This doesn't feel comfortable. This wood is very, very dry too, so I don't know if that's part of my problem. Unfortunately, I don't have my reading glasses on, so I can't tell if I got a more than that. Gotta just trust it. Let's see if there's a better camera here. Let's see if I do this. Let's switch. This. There we go. So that might be a little bit better view. kind of nice having the straight walls because I can just go straight down. I don't have to worry about curving and all that stuff. Getting there. Almost done. All right, so that's about it for this side. Let's see. Oh, well, no, I'm not even close. Oh, yeah, yeah. It is going to be a nice big bowl. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to go too much further. Sorry, Gab. I'm like so out of it all of a sudden. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden I just kind of zoned. All right, well, I got a ridge there, but a ridge there. But this does not feel like it's too far off. Okay. I'm gonna go too much thinner. You can get. I don't know what happened to me. I just all of a sudden was like, another little world. I actually haven't been down here turning in 2 weeks, so it's been cathartic. And it's funny because it is such a solitary thing. But then when you're doing a live stream, it's no longer solitary, and you got to keep reminding yourself that. Yeah, didn't want to do that. The cup's there somewhere. All right, that is pretty much it for, you can go over the bottom, but those sides are done because with all the cracks, I don't want to go any thinner on the sides. All right. All right, now, can't tell if I should go deeper on the bottom. I think I need to. I need to go for perfection. I need to go for excellence, not perfection. Right. Yeah, I don't want to get to the punky wood and have catches. So let's see. I've got to clean up this top edge here. This is not pretty. Oh, okay. Still got a little ways to go on this top edge. Not bad. Now let's do just a scraping on the outside. I sharpen all my scrapers to negative rake, so then that way they could be used on either wood or resin. Thank you, Amy. And I find the scrapers to be invaluable. I got all that glue off. Let's go to the inside with the scraper. Yeah, good scraping just really cuts down um, on the amount of sanding, big time. Alrighty, here we go. Good sanding and some wax, and we're done. Let's see what color it's going to be. It's going to be pretty. Yeah, that's gonna be a pretty bowl, huh? Spears are hard, Amy. Um, Amy, I would start if you want to do a spear. I would start with trying to make beads. Just use like a piece of dowel and try to make beads, just to get the rounded shape into muscle memory. But you're like me, Amy. You have no patience to learn slowly. You want to just, yeah, do beads, and it gives you the muscle memory of going in the right curve. And then you'll have an easier time making the top of a spear. And not for nothing, you could just take a branch, put a branch between in the chuck, and just do beads on a branch. So that was 80 grit. Now I'm doing 180. So I started with it wet, and as I'm sanding, I'm getting it dry. But with the 80 grit, I was able to see that I was getting it everywhere, because I could see where it was getting sanded off when it was wet. A spear is hard, Amy. I mean, I've done eggs, and then I've done beads, but I've never done a complete spear yet. All right, let's switch to 320. To be honest, Amy, working on the lathe will make you feel better, especially if it's on something new. Ooh, a few ridges there. That is not looking good inside. Bolter's wood is amazing. Amy, you're going to be a master wood turner before you know it. Now I'm going with the 400. It is fun, isn't it? I missed it so much while I was away. How stupid that sounds, but I really did miss it. Okay. Now I am going to just go over this. I'm not sure. I might end up having to sand this again. Let me just go over this side real quick. This is so many scratches. Turns out like a gateway drug. That's funny. Amy's like me though. It's like, okay, I've done 5 pens. I mean, you've done a lot more than 5, but I mean, okay, that's it. What's next? No patience. You want to just learn everything as fast as you can. That's how I am. My first wood turning meeting I went to, and the guy says to me about segmented bowls, he goes, so probably in about 4 or 5 years, you'll be able to do this. And I just looked at him like, I'm not waiting 5 years. Are you kidding? All right. I don't know if that's going to get any smoother. So we're going to have to just go with this. Let's go over it actually with sanding sealer. Let's do that. There's still a lot of funky spots here. All right, we'll let that dry for a minute. All right, you know what? I don't need this. Oh, finally. Woo! Ay, ay, ay. In the 90s here and then wearing that was not fun. Amy, I did. I literally, I think it took me, okay, here, I'm going to show you. A month after that meeting, I made this. I mean, it's really crappy. I didn't do a great job, but I was determined to learn. So this is all plywood glued together. Oh, off center. Gab, that scares me. I get too nervous when things are not steady. Amy, another thing you could practice making with small logs, try to make some flowers like this. I just got like skew flowers, like regular sticks, like barbecue skew, and then I just made some little flowers. It was good practice. Now, there you go. Oh, that's what I wanted. Wax with sawdust mixed in. Oh, yay. Sawdust wax. That's perfect. Okay. I'm just going to put some regular wax on it. It's car wax. What is that? Carnauba? Carnauba? I'm trying to make it go fast to really heat up the wax. Use a little pressure. I think this will be the first time I actually ever finished anything on one of my live streams. Usually I always have like 10 more coats of finish. Whoop. That one didn't like me. All right. I'm going to put one more coat of wax on. Wax on, wax off. It closes. I can't get it open. Ay, ay, ay. Come. Come on. This can't be happening. Oh, I needed to twist. That's why. Oh, sometimes. Sometimes I amaze myself with my own stupidity. This has amazing wood grain to it, doesn't it? Look at all that color. Danielson. Wax on, wax off. As long as you don't expect me to do any kind of karate moves, I'm okay. And I can't do this standing on one foot if that's what a karate guy would do. I believe it is oak. Yes. So Gav, I don't know if you were here before when I was saying the story of it. So it's my neighbor's daughter happened to move into the house that her husband had grown up in. That my neighbor, the male part of my neighbor, had grown up in. And they had to have this tree cut down in front of the house. And my neighbor secretly got a piece for me to be able to make a bowl for her husband and for her daughter, who now lives in the house, because this is the tree that her husband used to climb on when he was little. And now her daughter lives in the house and has a little boy. But unfortunately, the tree had to come down. So her little boy wouldn't be able to climb in the tree his grandpa climbed in, but they can at least have a bowl made from it. My neighbor secretly got 2 pieces of the wood for me, and I'm going to make a bowl for her husband and for her daughter. I'm trying to get this really hot. Yeah, that's why I was a little nervous working on it, Gab, because it was like, okay, the tree's gone now, so I can't like this can't be fireplace stuff. I have to fix this and I have to make it good so that. And when I saw how punky parts of it were and how many cracks, I was like, oh no, please don't let me not be able to fulfill this surprise. All right, so now what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to take this off and do the bottom so that that's ready, so that it's ready for my stamp and ready to go. And that way I have one more bowl to do for them. I can fulfill the promise. What did I do? Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Why didn't I take the bowl off? My goodness, what is wrong with me? I'll be honest, this chuck sticks a lot. I had the same plates on it for the longest time because I couldn't get the plates off. I had to have my husband get the plates off for me. I just want to wax the bottom and then that way it's done. This is not going to be high stakes. Yeah, there were a lot of cracks in this, let me tell you. Yeah, it really, I mean, I'm anxious now to do the other one. Um, but I mean, you know how it is when you have a very dry piece of wood and it's not perfectly round. The first half hour, you're kind of like, ah, what have I gotten myself into? And then once you get to a point where it's round, then you're like, okay, wait, this was worth the hard work. You might have to go over these areas with a little CA glue. This is kind of furry almost. Maybe just sanding sealer might fix it, but it literally is kind of furry. I'm just using Canuba car wax, Canuba Plus car wax. Okay. And we are finally finished with the project. I can't believe I actually finished something. I never finished up on this. That's deep enough. Yeah. Wow, I can't believe I finished something. And it doesn't have to be put back on. So this started out at 15 pounds. So yeah, it's pretty. I like it. See the inside, the texture all over. Try to show you all the see the fur, the punky, the spalting. Yeah, the cracks, but and you even have the little eye things on the inside. So that's kind of cool. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for sticking with me. And let me move this down so you can see the bowl. And I will do the other bowl maybe next week. I was gonna do, I even took my Dremel out and some drill bits. I was gonna do all like bubbles on the outside or something, but this just had so much character. I didn't want to mess it up. But thank you guys. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Gav. I don't know who else is still on, but done, done, and done. Nice little fruit bowl for the centerpiece, and it can remind my friend's husband of all those years climbing in this tree. All right. Thank you for coming. Thank you so much for all your support, guys.